And this is the first Tuto MARCHANd Continental Cup that has involved 5 teams rather than 4. Well, later on this evening, we will have the second matchup of this tournament when Puerto Rico, the hosts, take on Canada. And the other team involved in this tournament are Argentina. And these 5 teams will be supplemented by Jamaica, Mexico, Venezuela, Uruguay and Paraguay at the FIBA Americas Cup in around a week's time. This tournament then, just one group of 5 teams, points for getting the win, and whoever finishes top of the pile come the end of their 4 games will be the winner of the tournament. Each team plays each other just once over the course of the next 5 days for a total of 4 games. This is the first for the Dominican Republic and Brazil. So here we go, the opening tip of the 2013 Tuto MARCHANd Continental Cup, and it's Brazil who take possession. This is Huertas, now Silva, back to Silva for 3, he can't hit the first shot of the tournament, and the Dominican Republic recover possession. First attack for the Dominican Republic. Off the glass, the shot won't go, and Brazil can come at more pace now. Hetzheimer, in and out for him. Faldin. Back to Faldin, and now Coronado move to the corner. And it goes from the corner for 3. The Dominican Republic get the first basket. And it's Garcia. We have just got an error with the clock in the corner. And speaking of the corner, Brazil hit, and it's Arthur Luis Silva who ties the game at 3-3. Garcia for 3, can't hit this time. Brazil will come at pace. Nice feed and a simple finish for Silva. And Silva has the first 5 points of the game for Brazil. It is 5-3 Brazil. This is Martinez, just stepped back and took the open shot. Rebound Brazil. And they'll try for 3 again, and they'll hit again. Well, a wonderful start from downtown for Brazil. And Silva hits again. Now the Dominican Republic trying to answer back. Hetzheimer with some sturdy defense. That's a 2, and it goes for Juan Coronado. Marcelino Huertas looking to drive between 2 defenders. Hetzheimer puts it back up but can't get it to go in. The scoreboard in your bottom left corner now updated. Brazil lead 8-5 with almost 3 minutes played here in the first. Faldin. It's another from downtown. Dominican Republic can't match Brazil from the 3-point range so far. Arthur Luis Silva has been on fire. And here he is again. It's another three for Silva, not this time. Hetzheimer picks it up though. Second chance for Brazil. They'll shoot from downtown again. And they'll hit again. So even after the first attempt that didn't go for Silva, Huertas gets this one to go. And Brazil have a 6-point lead. Martinez hands it off to Coronado. Martinez again. Difficult shot for him. Bumped from behind by Hetzheimer. And now Garcia off the glass. And Brazil are starting to run away with it. Inside the opening 4 minutes, Brazil have an 8-point lead. And the Dominican Republic have to call timeout. Well, what a magnificent start from Brazil. 3 of 5 from the field for 8 points. Here's Arthur Luis Silva. And that includes 2 of 4 from downtown. Huertas is 2 of 3 for 5 points. And those two between them have all 11, all 13, I beg your pardon, of Brazil's points.
On the offense, way too high. We're getting the ball way out here, way out here. We want to try to be a little more aggressive and lower, all right? Now, that's the offense. On the defensive end, you got to know the shooters. You got to be early. You can't come in to tag and get out. They're too good of a shooters. You have to be there to tag, and you got to sprint out there, all right? We're going to go Vegas, rip. Vegas, rip. Everybody got it? We know it? We know it? Run. You want it? This is going to be here. He's going to hit. Now he's going to sprint.
Brazil 5 of 10 from the field so far. Hetzheimer's taken 2 shots and missed them both, but Dominican Republic just 2 of 7. 1 of 2 apiece for Coronado and Garcia. 1 miss for Faldin and 2 misses for Martinez in the opening 4 minutes of the game. The Dominican Republic will try and reduce the arrears now out of the timeout. Coronado. That's a long 3 and it's good. So they hit from downtown. James Faldin. 3 points for him that gets the Dominican Republic within 5. And it's another 3 for Brazil. They're insistent on shooting from downtown each and every time. You can see the field goal shooting percentages there, and Brazil just shading it right now. So they have taken more shots. They've managed to get some second chance shots. The basket won't count. There was a whistle before the shot. It's a foul on Arthur Luis Silva, his first. Garcia's inbound. This is Martinez. Back to Martinez here, and lovely ball movement from the Dominican Republic. And put in by Eloy Vargas Camacho. 2 points for him. The Dominican Republic have scored the last 5 points and they're within 3. Hetzheimer was looking to set the screen, and that was a pass intended for Hetzheimer, but the lane was blocked. And the foul will go on Francisco Garcia. They fought back from what could have been a really embarrassing start. Brazil were hitting time and time again from downtown. They raced into an 8-point lead, but that has dwindled away to just 3. And 1 of 2 from the line for Marcelino Huertas. The Brazil lead is 4. Coronado. Waiting for options, waiting for cutters. This is Garcia. Looking to set the screen was Vargas. Garcia stripped to the ball. And here come Brazil. Quick ball movement again, inside and out, back in. And they get the shot to drop. Alex Garcia, his first score of the game. Wide open three. It won't go for the Dominican Republic. And Brazil can extend their lead back to 8 here. Taylor moves it on, then Giovannoni. Nice pass into the lane. The shot won't go though. Three minutes of the first quarter remaining. Offensive board for the Dominican Republic and the foul. Vargas and Martinez battling away under the hoop. The foul, I believe, is on Marcelino Huertas there. In comes Torres. And Hetzheimer will take a seat. It's Eloy Vargas Camacho at the line. And he hits the first. The 24-year-old from Mocha. And 2 of 2 on that trip to keep the Dominican Republic within touching distance of Brazil. Huertas, and the pass is off the mark. And it's away and behind, off of a Dominican Republic player. The Brazil lead is 4. Spinning to the hoop. Can't get it over the big frame of Martinez. And here come the Dominican Republic. Feldin. This is Martinez. Long 2 won't go. And it's touched away off Baez for Brazil ball. Martinez takes a seat. He's been a pivotal part of this Dominican Republic comeback from 8 points down. Here's Huertas. Around the big screen of Torres, and then Torres with the finish. Lovely 2-man basketball. Torres gets on the board. A big basket for the Dominican Republic, and Francisco Garcia, quick score for them, and he has 5 points. Giovannoni trying to turn towards the hoop and was stripped of it. Here's Ramon. That's a long 2. Onto the top of the backboard. And it's Brazil ball. The lead with 2 minutes of the first quarter remaining is 4 points for Brazil as Marcelino Huertas makes way. And a good start for him. 6 points off 2 of 3 shooting from the field so far. Silva leading the way for Brazil with 8 points off 3 of 6 shooting. This is Larry Taylor. Now Garcia from outside. Offensive board and up towards the rim. Back out to Garcia. Passed up the 3 that time. Togni in the game. Looking for the movement inside, and that creates space on the perimeter. And Brazil hit from downtown again. Well, they've called it a 2 for Garcia. So the Brazil lead is 6 points. And Garcia has 4. The Dominican Republic answer back with a quick basket. Feldin now has 5. Final minute of the first quarter. It's been a fast pace first quarter of pinpoint shooting. Brazil have hit 3 of 7 from downtown. Two of 2 so far for Dominican Republic. 2 of 5, I beg your pardon. Feldin, he's got 1 of them. Now, wide open, won't go for Baez. Can't get much more open than that. Final 10 seconds of the first. It's probably trying to shrug off the attentions of Fortuna. And the whistle's gone. .8 seconds to get a shot away. They passed up the opportunity to shoot from downtown there, and Dominican Republic will put it up. And at the end of 1, Brazil have a narrow advantage in what has been an entertaining first 10 minutes of basketball at this competition. Brazil starting out on fire and hitting a couple from downtown to take an 8-point lead early on in the quarter, but the Dominican Republic have rallied back and for the vast majority have kept it to within 4 or 6 points, and at the end of 1 it is 16-20. Well, Luis Silva leads the way for Brazil with 8 points. Had all of those 8 points very early on. 3 of 6 from the field, 2 of 5 from downtown. Only played half of the quarter. Pulled down 6 rebounds inside the opening 10 minutes. And Brazil have had more shots. They've had second chance opportunities, some of which they've converted. And Hitzheimer with 2 offensive boards and 4 on the defensive end to stop the Dominican Republic having their own second chance opportunities. Now, big defensive stop at the start of the second for Brazil and for Larry Taylor. Taylor makes himself available again. Turning in was Batista with the finish. Fortuna just has the ball poked away. Now Camacho, and he hits. Vargas Camacho scores again, so he now has 6 points. The whistle on the play. A foul is going to go here on Ronald Ramon. First point guard born in the Bronx. There are a couple of these Dominican Republic players born in the United States. This is Torres. over the top of the defence, but off the rim. Now this is a three, and Dominican Republic are within one. Excellent start to the second quarter for them, and Fortuna hits his first shot of the game. 22-21. Neto Togni, hot hit for Brazil, and the Dominican Republic have a chance to take the lead. And the foul's going to go on Larry Taylor. Thought he prodded the ball away from Garcia fairly. And just look at that graphic. 7 Brazil points off fast breaks. And the Dominican Republic yet to score on the break. They do have a chance to take the lead. Aggressive move. Was too difficult a shot under the hoop, and here can Brazil. Big block for the Dominican Republic. Fortuna. Vargas Camacho was bumped and pushed away from attacking the rim. And the foul has gone on Torres. There was the rejection. Huge play. The Dominican Republic, who have just ground Brazil down. Another chance to take the lead. Here's Martinez. Can he finally hit? He's intent on doing so, and does. Banks it in. And Martinez hits his 5th shot of the game and finally gets on the scoreboard. Brazil having to come from behind now for the first time in the game. And do. Right at the buzzer at the end of the shot clock. Neto Togni hits, and now Brazil can score back-to-back baskets in quick succession. And what a huge triple play from Raul Neto Togni, who's hit 2 baskets and a steal in the space of about 10 seconds. The 21-year-old has provided Brazil a 3-point lead. Into Martinez. He's looking for back-to-back baskets. Forced under the backboard and dribbles the ball out of bounds and turns it over. Really good defensive job from Batista. Just forcing his opposite number out. The foul and the shot. You can't convert, so a chance for Vita Alves Benite to add 2 from the line. The 23-year-old from Sao Paulo plays for Flamengo in the Brazilian league. The Brazil lead is 5 with 6 minutes of the first half to play. Quick spin from Garcia, but just ran into trouble. Nice pass to find Martinez. No space for him to operate though. And here can Brazil 3-on-1 momentarily, and in, and the foul. Big break for Brazil, and Raul Neto Togni's come up big in the second quarter. 6 points here in the second, and a chance to add 1 more from the line. he does. So Togni has 7. And Brazil have an 8-point lead again for the second time in the game. Coronado. Now Martinez. Off balance. Second chance though for Dominican Republic, and put in by Vargas Camacho. 8 points now for him. Midway point of the second quarter. Taylor. Taylor looking to drive right down the lane, and was not on the same wavelength as Felicio. Just threw the ball away. Souza. Nice pass, but Coronado couldn't find the handle. It's a wasted opportunity for the Dominican Republic, who've just started to fade away again. Brazil starting to apply the pressure as Larry James Taylor takes a seat. There's some contact on the edge of the paint between Eloy Vargas Camacho and Raulneto Togni. And the foul is going to go on Vargas Camacho. His first. Here is Togni. Put up and put in by Batista. So he has 4 points and 2 of 2 from the field. Trying that to back here with Souza, who drives on the turn, wouldn't go for Batista. The Brazil lead is 6 points with just less than 4 minutes of the first half to play. Leading the way for Brazil, still the 8 points of Arthur Luis Silva. Still only played just under 6 minutes after scoring all of those 8 points early on. And level with him at the top of the scoring board overall is the Dominican Republic's Eloy Vargas Camacho, who's 3 of 3 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line. Togni has 7 points off the Brazil bench. And the Dominican Republic get back within 4. Baez gets his first points of the game on his 3rd attempt from the field. Togni throws it away to Souza. The Dominican Republic looking to get within 2. Difficult shot on the turn for Martinez. He's found it difficult from the field so far here this evening. Here's Togni. Final 3 minutes of the first half. Togni around the part screen of Hetzheimer. Back to Togni now. This is Batista on the turn. Another difficult shot, tipped by Martinez. And Dominican Republic come away with it. Now look for an aggressive finish to the second quarter, and it's prodded away. Will still be Dominican Republic ball. And we'll have some timeouts here with 2.5 minutes to play in the first half. Brazil leading here by a slender margin, led by the 8 points of Arthur Luis Silva, 7 for Raul Neto Togni, 6 for Marcelino Huertas. And Dominican Republic led by the 8 points of Eloy Vargas Camacho. And then 5 apiece for James Feldin and Francisco Garcia. Now, this is the first game of the 2013 Tuto Merchant Continental Cup here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And the hosts are in action next when they take on Canada. A warm-up tournament for the FIBA Americas Championship. 4-point Brazil lead here. Shot clock down to 3, thrown up and off the backboard, didn't hit the rim. Brazil come away with it anyway. Huertas. Now Silva. On by Giovannoni. Arthur Luis Silva on the floor again, and here he is after hitting a couple from downtown in the early parts of the game. Nice pass, difficult shot still though, and put in at the buzzer. Big follow-up after Hetzheimer missed. Giovannoni was there to mop up the rebound. And Brazil's lead is 6 points again. Martinez can't find a way through. Brazil looking for a strong finish to the second quarter. Wide open is Silva and knocks it down. And Arthur Luis Silva hits from outside again. Into double figures, back on the floor and back in the baskets. 4 of 7 from the field. And Silva 3 of 6 from three-point range. And the Dominican Republic calling time. They need to talk it through because Arthur Luis Silva just... It's still certainly within the Dominican Republic's reach, but it's taking an awful lot just to try and keep up with the reigning Tuto Merchant Continental Cup champions, Brazil. The Brazilians are on a good run here, 9-point lead and thrown away straight off the timeout, and here come Brazil, double-digit lead with 1 minute of the first half remaining. And Giovannoni makes it 2 quick baskets for him. The Brazil lead is 11. Quick basket for the Dominican Republic. Ulis Baez. 4 points for him. Final minute of the first half. Garcia and put up by Hetzheimer, who still can't hit from the floor. 0 of 4 now is Rafael Hetzheimer. Now put in by Martinez, who hits and is 2 of 9 from the field. Started the game terribly, but has hit 2 shots in the past couple of minutes. And Brazil will hold it now for the final shot of the first half. The shot clock turned off, 7 seconds remaining. Nice behind the back pass from Huertas. The shot wouldn't go though, and at the buzzer it was too late anyway. The basket wouldn't have counted, and the Dominican Republic will have to come from behind in the second half. They've been down by as many as 8 and come back to lead in the first quarter of the game, but Brazil picked up the momentum again in the second quarter, led by the 11 points of
they're too good of a shooters. You have to be there to tag, and you got to sprint out.
Opening game of the 2013 Tuto MARCHANd Continental Cup. Dominican Republic actually shooting a slightly better percentage from the field in that first half, but Brazil took more shots and made more. And that was thanks to their ability to force the Dominican Republic into turnovers and the additional intensity at which they attack the offensive boards. And they're starting to get going with a 3 at the start of the second half. He's off the mark. 7-point Brazil lead. 4 of 9 from downtown in the first half compared to 3 of 7 for the Dominican Republic. Brazil got to the line more too, but Dominican Republic will get to the line this time. Coronado hits the basket and was fouled, and he will have a chance at a 3-point play. Only the 3rd free throw of the game for the Dominican Republic. They've hit their previous 2. Coronado can't hit this one, and Brazil will come away with a rebound, and the fast break was another area that they really hurt Dominican Republic in the first half. 16 fast point breaks to 0 in Brazil's favour. And again, that's born out of their defensive intensity that forced the Dominican Republic to turn the ball over. It's Brazil who turned it over this time. Take it back too. There's some more of that fast offense. The foul this time, but no basket. And Garcia will head to the line for 2. Brazil in that first half, 12 points to 0. Points off turnovers in their favour. The biggest performance of the first half came from Arthur Silva, who had 11 points, 4 of 7 from the field. Rafael Hetzheimer missed all 3 of his shots, but had all 4 of his shots, I beg your pardon, but had 6 rebounds and 4 points. Alex Garcia, 3 assists and 2 steals to go along with his 4 points. And Raul Togni, 7 points and 2 steals off the bench. A big contribution for Brazil. They lead by 7. Rebound Benite. Had a free man in the corner and chose to attack the rim. Here come the Dominican Republic. Low scoring start to the second half and batted away. Still Dominican Republic ball. Big rejection from behind by Torres. Brazil's third block of the game. Here's Martinez over the top of Torres, perfectly executed. Jack Martinez, who's started to get going now, 3 of 10 from the field, but all 6 of his points coming over the last few minutes of his play. Huertas and now Torres. Mid-range jumper won't go. The Brazil lead is down to 5, and the Dominican Republic can shave 2 more off that here, maybe 3. Rebound grabbed by Torres again. Here is Torres, passes it off to Taylor. Torres looking to make a nuisance of him inside, and here he is now. Puts it back in. An energetic start to the second half for Chao Torres. Nice pass and a simple finish for Martinez, who hits another. 8 points now. 4 of 11 from the field. He at least missed his first 5. Here's Torres once more, guarded by Martinez. Back out to the perimeter. Open shot for Hetzheimer. In and out, and it's just not his evening. 0 of 5 from the field now for Rafael Hetzheimer. Dominican Republic will try a 3. Not for them either. The Brazil lead is 5, and a fast break that became a little disjointed. Marcelino Huertas unable to get on the end of it, and it's out of bounds for Dominican ball. Minutes of the second half played. It's a contested 3, well short of the rim. Torres looking to use that big frame of his to set a screen again. It's an open 3 this time. Under the basket was Hetzheimer trying to get on the end of the offensive board and called for a foul. Second on Rafael Hetzheimer. Guilherme Giovanoni comes back into the game as Torres makes way. Garcia. Looking to go all alone, and does. Francisco Garcia. The Houston Rockets man gets the Dominican Republic even closer. 8.3 points per game, 2.6 rebounds per game across 9 seasons in the NBA. Played last year with Houston, having spent his first 8 years at Sacramento. Taylor can't hit, and Martinez grabs the defensive board, and the Dominican Republic now can try and get within 1 or maybe even tie the game. Martinez, really promising start to the second half for him, and he's going to look to continue that here. Martinez can't hit, difficult contested shot on the turn, and Brazil can try and hit the Dominican on the fast break again, but it's another board for Martinez. Quick crossover just to get Taylor moving, but Brazil come away with it. And Huertas and Hetzheimer through the middle. Back to Marcelino Huertas. He will try to instigate another Brazil attack. Hetzheimer long two. Still can't hit from the field, but tipped back in by Giovannoni. Well, Rafael Hetzheimer's now 0 from 6 attempts from the field. But Giovannoni has 6 points and is 3 of 4. Marcelino Huertas checks out. Just 2 of 6 from the field for Huertas so far this evening. 6 points. It's Francisco Garcia at the line who hits the first. And now has 8. His first trip to the line this evening. And makes it 2 of 2. Final 4 minutes of the third quarter. Brazil have maintained a slender advantage for the vast majority of the game. It's a lead that's been as many as 11 though. The Dominican Republic have battled hard. Ramon trying to trick his way through a number of green and yellow shirts. And the shot was well short from Vargas Camacho, whose personal scoring has slowed down in this second half. Brazil will try from outside and they hit. Much needed basket for them. And Silva it is again. 14 points now for Arthur Luis Silva. And 4 of 7 from downtown. The Dominican can't hit that time with Ramon. And Brazil can look to extend their lead again. 5 points it is at the moment. The number 5 on the ball, Rafael Freire Luis. Silva has been on fire the whole game, and this time it's Luz who hits. And that's a 3. Just got back behind the line. And Brazil lead by 8. Lovely crossover dribble, but couldn't finish, and then does at the second attempt. Jalen's filled in. Final 2 minutes of the third quarter. The Brazil lead is 6. Hetzheimer still can't get going. Thought he was fouled that time. And it's now 0 of 7 from the field for the Unicaja Malaga man. A good turn and finish for Baez. The Dominican are back within 4. 90 seconds of the third quarter remaining. Giovannoni. Now Hetzheimer. How long does he keep shooting? Luz for another 3. Can't make it back-to-back 3s, and here come the Dominican again, prodded away to Luz. And now Benite. Prodded away from him too. Brazil just looked to have had that extra bit of quality throughout, but the Dominican Republic just refused to go away. James Faldine's at the line and hits. 8 points now for Faldine. 3 of 7 from the field. This is first trip to the line, hits them both. And now a chance to tie the game. Ramon looking to drive aggressively but can't get past the body of Luz. Second chance for Dominican Republic. It's a 3 for the lead. Yes! Well, knocked down by Baez. And put in again for Brazil. Knocking them down. And that previous effort for the Dominican Republic and for gets on the board for the first time. And makes it 2 of 2. 8 for Baez as well. Against the Dominican Republic, so they just have to protect the ball better in this fourth quarter, the Dominican Republic. And find a way to stop Brazil getting those turnovers and getting those second chance opportunities. Put up here and put in by Ronald Ramon. Dominican Republic still yet to score a point off a Brazil turnover. Brazil have 14 off of Dominican Republic turnovers. It's a 3 for Brazil right from the start of the fourth quarter. Giovannoni really coming up big in the second half. And he now has 12 points. Won't go off the backboard for Dominican, and Brazil will scramble to get the defensive board. Giovannoni now 5 of 6 from the field. Magnificent performance. Inside and put in by Batista. And Brazil have scored the first 2 baskets of the fourth quarter and lead by 6, and Dominican Republic responding with Ramon. Put it by Luz for 3. Rebound grabbed by Greer. Final 8 minutes here. This is Ramon. And Baez attacking and around the body of Batista, gets the basket and the foul. And Baez moves into double figures and has a chance to add 1 from the line. So Ulis Baez off the bench for Dominican Republic, the first player into double digits for them. It has been a well-balanced offensive performance from the Dominican side. 11 points now for Baez, 9 apiece for Garcia and Faldine, 8 apiece for Vargas and Martinez. Brazil lead is only 2 points. Difficult shot, but Larry Taylor gets that one to drop. 2 of 5 from the field for 5 points. Brazil double their advantage, but for how long? Garcia into a crowded lane, but puts it in. Stops and pops Garcia. Here's Taylor again, steps back for the 2. Can't hit this time. Ramon picking out Martinez, nice pass from him in towards Baez, and he's caught on his way to the rim. So Ulis Baez will have a chance to tie the game from the line. Now from behind by Felicio with a big pat on the back. Points per game, 5.6 rebounds per game in 24 minutes last season in the ACB for Gran Canaria. He's a 74% free throw shooter from last season, but he hits both here for the Dominican and levels this one at 64. Opportunity to shoot from outside, passed up, now move back to Taylor. This is Huertas. Huertas looking for the pass to Batista, his shot off the mark. And it's Dominican ball and a chance to take the lead. And when Brazil started to get away, they just pulled them back in, and here they are with a chance to take the lead with 6 minutes to go. Ramon. Some tenacious defense from Brazil, and a foul that Alex Garcia is not too happy about. He knew there was minimal contact, but there was contact there. So Francisco Garcia gets a chance at the line to add to his 11 points now. He's 2 of 2 from the free throw stripe so far this evening. Can't hit here though. Four of 8 from the field, Garcia. That's the second free throw to give the slenderest of leads to the Dominican Republic. Martinez tries to fall and make the save. He's holding his face. It was a rather laboured fall out of bounds to try and keep it alive, but you have to credit his commitment to the cause. He's taken a blow for his troubles. 6 minutes remaining here in the opening game of the Tuto MARCHANd Continental Cup in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And all the games set to take place in this arena over the course of the next 5 evenings. And as soon as we have concluded this match, we'll have a short break before having the hosts in action, Puerto Rico against Canada, as we take a look at what happened here to Jack Martinez. And a painful fall indeed. It's been a very entertaining start to the tournament. It's in effect a friendly warm-up tournament for the FIBA Americas Championship, which takes place, starts in around a week's time. Brazil are most definitely one of the teams to beat there, there's no doubt about that. The green and golds have won 2 of the last 4 FIBA Americas Championships. Finished as runners-up in 2011. Losing to their arch rivals Argentina in the ferocious final in Argentina a couple of years ago. 80-75 it finished. Dominican Republic took the bronze medal at the last championships, beating Puerto Rico in the 3rd place game. Now open 2, nothing but net as the Dominican extend their lead to 3. Halfway through the final quarter. Huertas, time for Brazil's stars to engineer a final flurry, and Huertas scores his first basket in a long time, now has 8 points. Brazil back within 1. And speaking of first baskets, Hetzheimer could do with 1. He's just picked up his 3rd foul, but he's 0 of 7 from the field. Does have 7 rebounds. Brazil pick up their 4th team foul. Shot clock down to 5 here for Dominican. Garcia can't get the shot to go, beaten away by Alex Garcia, and Brazil can try and get themselves back in front. Garcia finds Benite. Alves Benite moved on by Giovannoni. Brazil will step inside for 2 and off the glass. Huertas thought that he was fouled. Marcelino Huertas starting to take over deep in the 4th quarter, now into double figures. Back-to-back baskets for the Barcelona Ray Galman. Coronado to the rim, and Dominican back in front. And these two sides now exchanging the lead with 4 minutes to go in the opening game at the Tuto MARCHANd Continental Cup. Huertas again, guarded closely by Coronado. And a foul. Juan Coronado trying to play Huertas aggressively. It's been a quiet 10 points for the Barcelona point guard, but he's hit 2 baskets in quick succession, just so the Dominican Republic take note of his abilities again. Here he is once more. Huertas again makes it 3 in the space of the last minute or so. And Huertas now has 12 points after hitting 2 of 6 field goals. He's now hit his last 3 in a row. The Brazil lead is 1. 5 seconds on the shot clock as the whistle goes for the foul by Garcia. 3 minutes and 20 to play. So Silva still the leading scorer for Brazil, but overtaken in the game by Baez, who now has 15 for Dominican. Brazil have Huertas and Giovannoni in double figures as well, with 12 points apiece. The other man in double figures for Dominican is Garcia with 12. And we're tied at 70 after the split pair from the line with 3 minutes to go. Huertas looking to get in again. Couldn't get the ball to Hetzheimer without a whistle. Rafael Hetzheimer of Real Madrid last season and Marcelino Huertas of Barcelona. Two with a huge rivalry over the past few years at club level. Trying to combine in the final few minutes here of this game. Dominican forced the turnover. They'll look to get themselves back in front with a dribble off the knee and out of bounds for Brazil ball. Rafael Hetzheimer's averaged 3.6 points per game in the EuroLeague last season for Madrid. 53% from two-point range, 33% from three. But here this evening, it's 0 of 7 from the field and 0 of 6 inside. But Huertas has scored his last 4 shots in a row and now has 14. It's the Barcelona man taking over. Two minutes and 20 to go. Brazil with a 2-point lead. And the Dominican Republic can't thread the needle and turn the ball over and hand Brazil the on live basketball TV, with the Brazil closing in on the first win of the Tuto Marchand Continental Cup. So 14 apiece now for Brazil, for Marcelino Huertas and Arthur Luis Silva. Silva 5 of 8 from the field, Huertas 6 of 10. Although 4 in a row in the fourth quarter. 12 points for Guillaume Giovannoni, of 5 of 6 shooting. Incredibly efficient game for him. 4 rebounds to go along with that, as well as a steal and a couple of assists. There's 7 rebounds for Hetzheimer for Brazil, but just 0 points. 0 of 7 from the field. And on the Brazil bench, 7 for Togni in the first half. A vital impact from him at that stage of the game. 6 for Batista, 5 for Taylor. For Baez for the Dominican Republic off the bench, 6 of 9 from the field. 13 for Garcia, of 4 of 9 shooting. There's 8 rebounds for Martinez to go along with his 8 points. This is Torres. He's had a big contribution in the second half as well. Dominican Republic wanted to travel there. They're not going to get it. Torres playing off the Brazil bench has 7 rebounds and 4 points. Still Brazil ball, final 2 minutes. Huertas and the star of the fourth quarter for Brazil. Now Torres. Torres from long range, didn't need to put it up. And Marcelino Huertas is absolutely furious with Torres. Was just inside the perimeter. And with still 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. And a vital miss, that could be at a vital stage in the game. 90 seconds remaining. Dominican will go for 3. It's an air ball and Torres claims it. And now Huertas can slow the game down and look to waste valuable seconds and try and create a better shot this time. Torres comes to set the screen, then goes inside, back out for a 3. Yes! Brazil lead by 5, and it's Giovannoni who hits again. Now has 15 points. 6 of 7 from the field. Magnificent performance for Guillaume Giovannoni. And he is 3 of 4 from downtown. Dominican have to call timeout. Brazil have hit now 8 of 17 from three-point range. And the Dominican just 3 of 11. It's a huge difference. It just about equates to this 5-point lead. There's many different facets of the game that you can look at, but Brazil have hit a higher percentage of their shots from outside. They've had more shots. They've taken on more shots from outside. They've taken altogether 6 more shots in the game, made 3 more than the Dominican. Rebounding numbers are similar. Brazil have moved the ball better, 15 assists to 10. And turnovers have been costly for the Dominican Republic as well. They've had 4 more than Brazil. Brazil have a couple more steals than their opponents too. That's effectively where those extra shots have come from, and those extra shots have equated to a 5-point Brazil lead with just over a minute to play. The finer details being ironed out here before the FIBA Americas Championship. And forget about ironing out, that was straightening out. The Dominican Republic, the big block from Alex Garcia. Just straightens out Eloy Vargas Camacho. Still Dominican ball though. 4th block of the game for Brazil. There's a foul. And Dominican will go to the line for 2. 53.6 seconds remaining in the game. And the foul is on Vita Alves Benite. Garcia at the line. And Dominican back within 3. Final 50 seconds of the game. It would be a huge upset if the Dominican Republic in the first game of this competition could somehow come from behind here, but Huertas will go for 3, won't hit, and Dominican save it. They now have a chance to get within 1 or tie the game. Still some differential between game and shot clock, and they'll attack the boards hard. And the foul, and Garcia's back to the line. And Francisco Garcia taking on the scoring responsibility under pressure, as the NBA man would be expected to do. He does gravitate to the big occasion. 10.7 points per game in 6 NBA playoff games last season. Shot 46% from 3-point range during that spell. Increased numbers on the regular season. Here he is at the line right at the end of the 4th quarter and hits. There was some tangling after the second free throw. And inevitably we will have a timeout here with around about a shot clock's worth of time left on the game clock. And the shot clock has now been turned off. It's 23 seconds remaining. And Brazil lead by just 1 point. So after a couple of trips to the line for Francisco Garcia, he now leads the way of all scorers in the game with 17 points. The other big scorer for Dominican Republic is Baez, who has 15, but they're the only two in double figures for the Dominican. There are 3 in double digits for Brazil. 15 points for Giovanoni, 6 of 7 from the field, 3 of 4 from the line, 14 apiece for Arthur Silva and Marcelino Huertas. Huertas in particular has come up really big down the stretch, 4 shots in a row at one stage before he missed his last effort. Eight rebounds now for Torres off the bench. .3 is the time remaining on the clock. Brazil possession. We'll have to see if the Dominican Republic choose to foul. And they will straight away. Just to avoid Brazil running down the clock. Brazil will try and keep it away for as long as possible, and a quick foul on Larry James Taylor. So with 18.1 to go, he will go to the line. The Brazil lead is 2 points. The first one here to make it a 3. The Dominican lead, and he hasn't made it, so it remains a one-possession game. And that means that no matter what happens here on the second free throw, Dominican Republic will have a chance to tie or win the game with the last shot of the game. Larry Taylor, 5 points, 5 boards this evening, but this is the biggest act of his evening, and he does make the shot. So the Brazil lead is 2 points, I beg your pardon, so just a 2 needed. And they'll come quickly down the court, and they'll go for the win with a 3. No. And the rebound, one more chance perhaps for a 3. Yes! Big, big 3 for James Faldin with 5.7 seconds to go. And the Dominican Republic lead Brazil. The first one missed by Garcia. The biggest offensive board of the game. Grabbed by Ulis Baez. And then put up from the far side by Faldin. And that means Brazil have around 5 seconds to go for the win. Magnificent start to this tournament here in Puerto Rico. And this is effectively only the warm-up for the home nation in action next against Canada. So Faldin moves into double figures with 12 points. 2 of 3 from outside now, 4 of 8 from the field altogether, along with 5 boards. And although he does have 5 turnovers, but the big shot made from the Dominican Republic's number 10. %35% from outside in the Liga ACB last season with Fuenlabrada. His second 3 of the evening, 4.8 seconds to go for Brazil to get the basket they need to win the game. Taylor's going to drive, can't hit, tip back in at the buzzer, and Alex Garcia gets it off in time, and Brazil win the opening game. Heartbreaking defeat for Dominican Republic, who took the lead with a big 3 from James Faldin with 4.2 seconds remaining, but right at the buzzer, Brazil get the tip in and get the win. Magnificent finish to a magnificent start to the competition. Brazil led by the 15 points of Giovannone. They will just make sure that this was legal. Taylor taking off aggressively, couldn't get it to go off the backboard, and then tipped in. It looked in time just there. Well, it's closer than I first thought, but the light on the backboard didn't go until after the tip from Alex Garcia, and that surely will count. So a great start, the basket counts, and Garcia finishes the game in double figures for the win. 4 in double figures for Brazil, 15 for Giovannone leading the way, 14 apiece for Silva and Huertas, and 10 for Garcia. For Dominican Republic, the 17 for Garcia and the 15 of Baez, not enough. Faldin also in double figures with that big 3 at the end, 12 points for him. But it's a disappointing loss